Introducing new Starburst California Fruit Chews. 4 new mouth-watering flavors like strawberry watermelon and Malibu Punch. That'll give your mouth a splash of California.
Starburst Juice.
Beautiful Niagara Falls, the honeymoon capital of the world. The site for the next stop on the TNT Monster Truck Challenge here on Tough Tracks. We were at Buffalo, New York's Lancaster Speedway, Army, for some great action.
Well, I tell you, the people from New York this summer had a tremendous opportunity as the tour rolled north, and the big guns were unloading everything they had, Scott.
Here's how we called the semifinals at Lancaster Speedway.
Both of these drivers are under a lot of pressure. Litzow has to start turning his luck around now if he's going to defend the national championship. The Carolina Crusher has got to do everything he can do to hold on to the flag. He won last week. Would like to make it 2 in a row. Let's see what's going to happen. They leave side by side, but what a run by USA 1, Scott. Look how smooth. Whoa, he's in trouble. That's spooky. Now, we're down at the end of the track, and these guys are coming past us at about 60 miles an hour.
That is what you call a statement. The defending national champion making a statement to your current point leader. Side by side, and it was all Rod Litzow and USA 1. And I think at this point, Gary Porter said, I'll just save the truck.
Yeah, the handwriting was on the wall, believe me.
So USA 1 very impressively dispatches Carolina Crusher. Army's going to talk to Rod Litzow, a big winner.
Now, Rod, your truck has always run flags on the back. We see the Heartbeat of America, Chevrolet, True Value Hardware, your sponsors, but you've got a chance for the first time this year to put the winner flag on the back of this truck. You are going to the finals. Are you going to be staying on that right side?
Well, the way I'm feeling right now, it's hard to explain, but I just can feel this track. I'm feeling good. I know I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it for True Value and Chevrolet. I'm going to put it all together tonight.
Rod Litzow's doing it so far. He looks sensational, but he's going to have to beat one of these two trucks, and they've been great all night. Andy Brass and Bigfoot against this guy, Steve Kane and Awesome Kong out of Killeen, Texas.
And they want to win so they can go against that USA 1. Everybody at this point is so pumped up. They really believed in themselves. The Litzow interview, you can tell he's excited to be in the final, but who's he going to be going against? We're going to find out right now. Texas going against Missouri. Oh, Texas backs off a little bit. He's going to let that Ford sit on the starting line, get a little bit warm, I believe. Now, Steve, psych. He's trying to psych the driver of the Ford up, and I tell you, I don't believe you're going to out-psych the Bigfoot driver. Andy Brass is a cool customer.
All right, the psych is over. It's time to put it down and put your cards on the table. It's Andy Brass and Bigfoot, Awesome Kong and Steve Kane. Here they come, Army.
They left together. They're over the first jump together. Brass stays, Spoon Kong comes back. I cannot tell who won.
Wow, how can you call it? By inches at the finish line, Bigfoot and Kong, and it appears Kong will come away the winner by a matter of inches. And Bigfoot running on the circuit, but obviously still got a lot of work to do to get back into winning monster truck competition. Let's go over to Army with Andy Brass.
Andy, an awfully good runner, an awfully tough competitor. This kid, Steve Kane, has been in the backdrop, so to speak, of the Dane brothers for a long time, but he's really making a name for himself. He's turned out to be a good driver, isn't he?
Yeah, Steve's doing a real well job driving, you know, and plus the truck he's got, Awesome Kong's been doing real well this year. You know, he's got runs a big motor, you know, alcohol injection motor, and it's real helping out on these kind of tracks that we're running out here.
Have you learned anything tonight since you're just now coming back to running against these guys? Have you learned anything? Do you and George are going to get back and we can see some changes in the near future with the Bigfoot truck?
Yeah, we might try a little gearing change tomorrow, maybe try to get out of the hole a little better. It seems like that's what's counting here.
Yeah. We're proud to have you back. Thanks a lot for coming.
Thank you, Arm.
Had him just by inches as Doug Crow, the TNT timer, continues to look at a videotape replay of just how close that final was between Awesome Kong and Bigfoot. The Monster Mash, day 1 in Buffalo. Awesome Kong against USA 1.
Second jump, Scott, who is it?
It's USA 1 by about a half a wheel length. Rod Litzow is back. USA 1 takes the victory, and a big one it is here in Buffalo. Let's go over to Army with your winner, Rod Litzow.
Rod Litzow with USA 1, I'm going to present you the flag. The first time you've ever had an opportunity to carry the flag, and believe me, you earned it.
Thank you. This is for True Value and Chevrolet and everyone behind us. We're going all the way from here.
You and your crew chief, Steve Wilkie, seem to have a handle on this thing from the word go tonight.
Yeah, that's the name of the game. If you got good teamwork out here and you feel good, comfortable together, everything starts running smooth, and all we have to do is concentrate on winning. That's what we're here doing.
It was 1 year ago tonight that you started your move that netted you the national championship, the first national championship ever in the monster truck races. You've had your share of problems this year. You and Everett, Steve, and a crew back in Minnesota have been working awfully hard. Is the same thing going to happen? Is this the turnaround point for USA 1? Are you going back for that national championship?
Well, I want to say yeah, because we finally figured out we got everything set. We're running strong. The truck just checked out perfect on this. We made another test run here. It ran all night. Not a problem. So I feel we're going to go all the way out right now. It's going to be tough to beat us.
Rod Litzow in USA 1 opened up in New York. Big winners in Buffalo. Would he be able to do it again in round 2? We'll look back at that next here on Tough Tracks.
Remember the pancakes we had last Sunday?
How can I forget them? They're still here.
From today on, I'm making Bisquick pancakes. They're light, fluffy, and Bisquick doesn't have cholesterol. What do you think about that?
I think. I love you.
Bisquick makes today's pancakes.
So you want cake? No, you need cake. Now. Boom. Microwave. From Betty Crocker. That's micro as in 4 minutes, rave as in rave reviews. Instant, total gratification. Yeah.
I'm here in this auto graveyard to demonstrate New Finish, the once-a-year car polish. Simply wipe it on and wipe it off. There's no rubbing, no buffing. Look how New Finish restored a deep, hard shine to even this weather-beaten old car. You see, New Finish is not a wax. It's a space-age polymer formula that shines better and lasts longer. And here's proof. An independent laboratory tested New Finish against several leading brands of car polish. After simulating a full year of punishing weather, New Finish had the highest gloss and actually retained 90% of its original shine. Next, we polished this car with New Finish and ran it through 52 car washes. After all the harsh detergents and scrubbing, the water still beads. You'll find New Finish is great for fiberglass boats, too. So get New Finish, the once-a-year car polish. And between polishings, use New Finish Poly Car Wash to clean your car.
New Finish Liquid, rated #1 by leading consumer magazines. Available at Eckerd, Auto Express, Kroger, Chief Auto, Western Auto, Pep Boys, Tom Thumb Page Stores, and Kmart.
When the burning, itching, and soreness of hemorrhoids flare up, Tux medicated pads give you soothing, cooling relief on contact. For hemorrhoid flare-up, get Tux, now with special savings.
Meet the Owens, a family with unique tastes. And the one man who can satisfy, Mr. Belvedere.
Starting Monday on Fox 33.
Welcome back to Tough Tracks with the TNT Monster Truck Challenge highlights. I'm Scott Douglas with Army Armstrong, and Army week number 2 in Buffalo. A local favorite, John Kwasniewski and the Buffalo Trimmer, set up to go against Bigfoot.
Well, you know, everybody wants to beat Bigfoot, but this youngster had broken an axle in the previous round, and he did some heads-up driving. Not an attack run, but he used his head. He'll be around for another day to go against the Bigfoot.
Here's how we saw that semifinal, and also the matchup between Carolina Crusher and USA 1. Right now, the semifinals, and it's Bigfoot and Buffalo Trimmer. Army Buffalo Trimmer is just going to have to coast it here.
Well, what happened? He went and talked with the track officials, and they said, okay, you can make the run, but you cannot attack the track. Bigfoot, I'm going to predict, is going to go into the win. This young man with the Buffalo Trimmer, I kind of feel sorry for him. He's just making an easy run over. Bigfoot attacks, goes out, looks real good. But, you know, there's going to be another day and another time for this kid. He's going to make a name for himself in the sport. He's a smart driver.
In front of the hometown folks, though, Trimmer wanted to get out there and give it one more run, but Andy Brass able to get the win, and he'll take Bigfoot into the championship matchup a little later.
Well, Andy Brass knows he's going into the final. The question is who you're going to be going against, but really, since you had quick qualifying time, you're going to get lane choice. That's definitely an advantage for you tonight, isn't it, Andy?
Yeah, it is, you know. We're going to probably stay in the lane we've been staying in. I've been watching Rod. If Rod wins this race here, you know, we're going to throw him over in the other lane, you know, and hoping that does a little bit of psychology on him. And that, and like I say, we changed a few things on the truck tonight, and we're working with it real well. And we're going to try to get him out of the hole. Maybe we can do it.
Good luck to you.
Well, thank you, Army.
Andy Brass will be coming back in Bigfoot a little bit later, Army.
I'll tell you what, Scott, the mind game has already started. Litzow had lane choice, and he comes over and goes to the left lane, knowing if he's going to go against Bigfoot, he's going to have to run in that lane in the final. So the mind game's going.
Also knowing Carolina Crusher runs strong out of the left, he's forcing Porter to the right.
Everybody's in new territory. Who's going to take the win? It's going to be a Bigfoot USA finalist. Oh, Litzow puts it around on the other end.
Where's the umpire's call? He he's safe. He slid in, but Rod Litzow in USA 1 is putting on a show, and he's into the championship matchup. He'll be going up against Bigfoot. And what a sight there. He put Carolina Crusher in the right-hand lane after letting Crusher run the left all night. Litzow is not afraid of either lane.
No, he's not afraid of either lane, and I tell you what, I don't think I have run so hard in my entire adult life as when he started coming down in through here like that. We're looking right down the tube at him. That kid had his hands full. The grass is getting a little bit wet out there, a little bit of moisture. That could have caused that.
The championship, the Monster Mash, Bigfoot in USA 1.
Ford versus Chevrolet. This one's worth the price of admission itself, guys.
USA 1, Rod Litzow, Bigfoot and Andy Brass. They're coming at you, Army.
Litzow pulls the trigger. He's in trouble. Litzow's going over again.
Rod Litzow has flipped it again. USA 1 is on its roof again after a win over Bigfoot. Here he comes out of the truck. The Army's over there to help him out. Some of the other crew guys are there. Litzow, it looks like Rod's okay. He is taking it on its roof. Here it is again. Now watch as Litzow has to give it everything he's got. He'll beat Bigfoot by a matter of inches. But to do it, he's got to flat put it, hammer down. And when he does, and then hits the brake, he comes right over on his top. Watch the wheels lock. Over he goes. Oh, what a horrendous crash, and putting it on its roof. USA 1, the defending national champ, makes it 2 in a row in Buffalo. But how much damage did he do to the truck when he went over on his roof? Army's going to go over right now and talk to Andy Brass.
Andy, come on over. Congratulations. A great job, as always. Anytime Bigfoot lines up with USA 1, your folks are going to see a war. What was going through your mind when that happened? Were you aware that he was in trouble?
Yeah, I was kind of watching there through the mirror when I was coming off the line trying to see who was winning, and I seen him start to slide, you know, and I knew he was going over.
Coming off the starting line, that's what seemed to get it for you tonight. You said last week you're going to make a gear change. You made that gear change. It made all the difference in the world, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. It did for this track here, you know, but what works good here might not work good someplace else.
Well, congratulations to you and Bob Chandler and the rest of the Bigfoot crew on a job well done. It's good to have you back on this tour with us.
Well, thank you, Army. It's good to be here.
Right side up or upside down. USA 1 was on fire in New York. Can he keep it that way? We'll be reviewing more great action in New York with Rod Litzow, USA 1, and all the superstars next here on Tough Tracks.
Good news from Rodney D. Young.
I have to make a lot of business deliveries using my personal car. I always figured my regular insurance would cover it, but they didn't. Hey, I can't afford to take that risk. I called RDY.
Rodney D. Young offers insurance for business use of your personal car, and you buy it the way you use it, 1 month at a time.
Why risk it? Accidents can happen.
Call 943-7303 today.
Think young, Rodney D. Young.
A real breakfast doesn't come in a paper bag. A real breakfast isn't eaten with a plastic fork. A real breakfast is not served on a styrofoam plate. This is a real breakfast from the new Fast Break breakfast menu at International House of Pancakes. Real breakfast, real fast, at a really low price. The new IHOP Fast Break breakfast, because a real breakfast doesn't look like a hockey puck.
From 2:49 Monday through Friday, 6 to 11 a.m. except holidays.
Come on in. For a meal with real cheese appeal, it's Tuna Helper Cheesy Noodle. Now, with twice the real cheddar cheese in the sauce, it'll turn your tuna into a delicious meal with real cheese appeal. Our cheddar has never been better.
Tuna Helper helped her.
Twice the cheese, cheesy noodle.
Make a great meal.
This Sunday, it's Totally Hidden Video. We're gonna get you.
Remember last week?
I know something's back there. I don't know what it is.
Holy cow. You roared when a group of fearless pest controllers took on a monstrous problem.
Scared that out of you.
Plus, you met a parking attendant.
Nice car.
Who didn't know how to drive.
Get out of the car. I'm sorry. Get out of the car.
Just wait till you see this Sunday's Totally Hidden Video.
Our Tough Track swing through New York took us next to Weedsport, New York. Hi again, everyone. I'm Scott Douglas with Army Armstrong on the TNT Monster Truck Challenge, reviewing some of the great action we've seen the last few weeks to kind of keep it in perspective where we're at in determining our new national champion. Weedsport was an excellent course, an excellent run, and USA 1 had to come back, Army, off a flip from the week before, and look what was left of it.
Well, you know, the front of the truck had to be taken off. Steve Wilkie, the crew chief of the truck, told Rod Litzow, I'll build a truck for you, you drive it, and let's go prove to these people why we're the national champion. So when they rolled into Weedsport, they definitely had war on their mind.
Army mentioned Steve Wilkie. He was able to spend some time with the crew chief of USA 1 to talk about getting that truck ready for action.
The last time we had an opportunity to see USA 1, he was in kind of a strange position. He was upside down. Rod Litzow was driving the truck at that time. Then the man standing to my right took over. Steve Wilkie, the crew chief for USA 1, this is when you earn your pay. Can you tell us what exactly you've been doing in order to get this truck back in competition?
Well, when we rolled it over, it took the Predator carburetors up this time, Army. The other times we've been upside down, it didn't hurt the motor. And so we've had to go back to the boss in Minneapolis, and he's had to call the 1-800 Predator there and get us a set of carburetors sent out to us.
What about the other damage to the truck?
Well, it's really not very bad. Sheet metal, the roll cage is pushed down a little bit. The batteries got thrown around in the back, but it's pretty minor. The frame is okay, the drive system's fine.
Okay, as a crew chief, why is it so important that you get this truck back together for this particular event? You're fourth in the national points. Now, you have won the last two events. You're fourth in the points. Why is it so important to get the truck to the line tonight?
Well, I think you said it right there, Army, the national points. It's my job to keep the truck underneath Rod, and it's Rod's job to win the national title. I'm kind of behind the scenes, but if I don't do my job, Rod can't get his done.
Certainly a team effort for USA 1. Weedsport, New York, for the TNT Monster Trucks. Great action throughout, and it gave us a chance to watch Bigfoot and Awesome Kong go head-to-head. Now, we haven't been able to see that much of Bigfoot this year. Might not for the rest of the season. He's not really been able to stay all that competitive with the trucks here, and you know Bigfoot, they want to run up front, and they're trying to get another truck ready, Army, for next season.
Well, what's happened, I believe, is Bigfoot has stayed pat and everybody's caught him, and they're going to be going back to the drawing board in Hazelwood, Missouri, and believe me, the next time you see something big and blue roll out, it'll be revolutionary, I predict.
Another great matchup between Awesome Kong and Bigfoot. It's been a sensational rivalry between those two trucks.
You know, and that rivalry goes back many, many years. Jeff Dane and Bob Chandler, the owners of those trucks, man, they have been battling tooth and nail all over America for many years, so I like to see that rivalry come back for the fans that are following this sport now.
We're not sure about it because, as we said, Bigfoot we may see again next year or maybe a little bit more depending on when they have that new truck ready. Awesome Kong apparently is going to back off the circuit for a little bit. Financial problems for Awesome Kong. They'd rather just do the exhibitions and guarantee money instead of having to worry about braking so much.
Well, the status here is Awesome Kong does have a good name, and he'll draw a crowd wherever he goes, but I believe Jeff Dane in his heart likes to race. But it comes down to dollars and cents. They're going to guarantee money. He'll go where the guarantee money is.
The videotape crew finally determined that the win went to Bigfoot. Army talked with Andy Bratt.
The truck seems still not to be landing on all fours. You're having to do a whole lot of driving up there to keep this thing going, aren't you?
Yeah, we are tonight. I was talking with a few of the other drivers tonight, and they said the right lane was throwing them, but Awesome, he had lane choice over me, and he picked the left lane, thinking that maybe me going in the right lane would mess me up, but it kind of helped me out.
The flag is something new. Will you have an opportunity now to put that flag on this truck for the first time, indicating a first win for the points championship?
We're going to try to put it on there tonight.
The other semifinal matchup would send USA 1 minus a whole bunch of sheet metal, and he would go up against Nightlife in the semifinal round, Army.
Well, when Litzow rolled to the line, we called the thing in Vietnam the 1,000-meter stare in his eyes, and believe me, he had that look. He was going to fight his way to the final to get a hold of that Bigfoot truck.
We've already talked about how the truck got in this position. Obviously, it didn't slow it down. Steve Wilkie and the entire crew had it ready to go, and Litzow, a very, very impressive winner over Dave Wysorek and USA 1 in the semifinals, which would mean USA 1 and Bigfoot ready to square off one more time.
Ron, a 685, and I can tell you are pumped up tonight, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. It's, you know, you get that feeling, I told you before, and I got that feeling on this track. Truck's hooking up good. Everything feels great out here. I'm going to go for it all the way.
USA 1 just flat put Dave Wysorek and Nightlife away early to go into the championship matchup against Bigfoot. You know, you talk about one they paid to see, Army. USA 1 and Bigfoot, the fans love it.
Yeah, this race alone is worth the price of that ticket these people bought.
They line up USA 1 and Bigfoot for the championship. Rod Litzow against Andy Brass, two of the best in the sport today, getting ready to do battle.
Well, we spoke a moment ago about the rivalry between Awesome Kong and Bigfoot. There is not a bigger rivalry in this sport between any trucks than these two. USA 1 for the Chevrolet camp, Bigfoot for the Ford camp. Bob Chandler going against Everett Jasper, and they've hired drivers. They've hired the big guns to come in and go after each other. It's going to be nothing more than an old-time street fight right now. They're pulling the gloves off and going after each other for the final.
The two that battled for the national championship a year ago. They've not been up in the points this year, but Litzow and USA 1 have been coming on. Can he beat Bigfoot? Here they go off the starting line, side by side to the second stack of cars.
Look at it. I cannot believe that kid is... You can feel it. You can actually feel it when he gets in that truck, the confidence of that young man and his crew. As Steve Wilkie shows you right there, that's why they're the national champions.
Well, it all comes to the top. You can just see how excited Wilkie is, how much work he put into it. It pays off with Litzow getting the win over Bigfoot here tonight. That's now 3 in a row on what he hopes is a road back to another national championship.
Well, Litzow, when you came into Weesport, New York, you were coming here just for the points. You had flipped the truck upside down. You and your crew chief, Steve, says, we got to go just for the points. Well, we're standing in the winner's circle, and right now, you're going to get to keep the flag for the 3rd week in a row. You're the first driver to ever do that.
I know, it feels excellent, man. You know, we did come here. We were just coming here just to hold the points, but everything went together. Everything was feeling great, and, you know, as I said, I'm going to run the truck to what it will do. The truck was running excellent, so I put it together.
You're running 680s all night long, consistent. You're just driving as smooth as if the truck was perfect.
The truck had excellent mid-range in it this time. It just hooked up so nice on this track. You know, different tracks have, you know, how they're designing that. And we hit the right gears. Everything just worked out perfect here.
Rod Litzow and USA 1 getting accustomed to that silver flag. We'll see him make it 4 in a row when Tough Tracks returns with more great action from the superstars of monster truck races.
Your Closet, the world's most popular trash compactor. It crushes your clothes so much they don't even need hangers. Your clothes come out looking like trash. But now you can increase your closet space by 500% with the filing system. Look, 20 hangers the old way take up all this room. But with our system, they can be filed away to give you this much more space. Here's how it works. Just hang your clothes on the filing system and file them away. Then, when you need them, they're fresh and wrinkle-free as if they came straight from the cleaners. Do your hangers turn into a Chinese puzzle? Our system keeps hangers separate, clothes in perfect shape. Tired of stuffing winter clothes in boxes? With a filing system, you can use that extra space to make them available all year round. It works with shirts, skirts, jackets, and slacks, dresses, blouses, suits, coats, even gowns and tuxedos. It files them away without creasing and saves all this space. It's a tough, unbreakable system that can't rust or tarnish, so it's great for boats and RVs too. But there's more. Here's our unique fold-up filer that works the same way on dresses or pants. But watch, next time you travel, use the fold-up filer and you'll pack that bag in seconds. And when you arrive, this filer unpacks itself. No wrinkles, no worries. Why struggle with clamps that don't clamp or clips that tear your clothes? Unlike those custom closet conversions that cost hundreds of dollars, the filer retails at just $9.95 each. But listen to this incredible offer. Order now and we'll send you 3 regular filers plus the fold-up filer. A complete 4-piece set for only $9.95. Yes, just $9.95. Call now.
Use your credit card and call toll-free 1-800-554-5656 or send $9.95 plus $3.95 shipping and handling to Filing System Box 50, Department AE, Los Angeles, California. You'll receive enough filers to reorganize your entire closet and make packing a breeze. So use your credit card and call now 1-800-554-5656.
Welcome back to television's most powerful hour, TNT's Tough Tracks. with the TNT Monster Truck Challenge. Weedsport, New York is the site of our next review. We looked at some Weedsport action a moment ago. The second week in Weedsport. Yeah, the fair was continuing, but so was the great action on the TNT Monster Truck Challenge at Cayuga Speedway. And Army, it was another matchup between USA 1 and Bigfoot in the semifinals.
Well, we told you about the rivalry has gone back many years for these fellas. We're going to talk about last year. The first national champion was crowned. It was a Donnybrook battle between the Ford Bigfoot and the Chevrolet USA 1, and Chevrolet for the second year in a row was showing its dominance on this circuit.
USA 1 would win the national championship, wrapping it up in Louisville's Freedom Hall by defeating Bigfoot. Well, here they are side by side again. Bigfoot not up in the points this year, but USA 1, after a slow start, trying to come back and win a national championship after being way down, and look at him put Bigfoot away.
To say the USA 1 truck was dialed in on this track would be an understatement. Rod Litzow was possessed going after the first time. 4 wins in a row. It's never been done. Can he do it tonight? That's what we're trying to see.
A big hurdle cleared there by knocking off Bigfoot and doing it impressively. Rod Litzow and USA 1 certainly really in love with the track at Weedsport, New York.
Can you make it 4 in a row? Simple as that.
Yeah, I think I can. All I got to do is make sure we keep those batteries holding, and I hit that first rebound there, and it throws my batteries out. Because we're just trying to rig it up just to make it through here. And, I coasted through that one. I was lucky to get that one.
Awesome Kong, Steve Kane, Killeen, Texas, would then meet Carolina Crusher, Gary Porter from Wadesboro, North Carolina. This is to see who would go up against Litzow in the championship.
An interesting thing has just happened with the Awesome Kong camp. They found out that the throttle was only opening about a quarter of the way, believe it or not. They moved a stop on it, and the truck has found all kinds of new horsepower. Meanwhile, the Carolina Crusher, a tremendous amount of pressure on him. He knows how USA 1's running. He's got to put a win down to stay in this points battle. Again, we get down to 4, and it's a 4-man war, and look at Awesome Kong. Look, the Crusher came back. He's going to the final, Scott.
He's so consistent and so strong, Carolina Crusher was able to keep it low to the ground, stay out of trouble. And as you can see, problems for Awesome Kong and Steve Kane as the Texas truck seemed to have the edge out of the hole. But after that first set of trucks, the consistent Carolina Crusher and Gary Porter able to find a way to get another victory.
Well, Scott, it's going to be an all-Chevrolet final, but I'm going to tell you up front, USA 1 almost seems to have a spell over the rest of this field in New York. He's got to be the odds-on favorite as he lines up with a Carolina Crusher. It's going to be a war, but look for the win to come off of a white truck with some flags on the back.
He's out of Spring Lake Park, Minnesota, but he's owning New York on this TNT Tour. We're talking about Rod Litzow and USA 1. Here's how the championship went week number 2 at Weedsport here on Tough Tracks. It's Carolina Crusher closest to you on the right-hand side of your screen. Gary Porter out of Wadesboro, North Carolina. Rod Litzow, and he's red hot. Already 3 wins in a row, going for his 4th monster match in a row, and he gets it right here. Litzow easily over the Carolina Crusher. Oh, is he on fire, Army?
I'll tell you what, Scott, no one has ever done what he just did. 4 in a row. Has he turned his luck around? Is he going to be able to defend the national championship, be a national champion? 2 years in a row. It's never been done. Litzow's on the way.
USA 1 dug himself a big hole early. Needed wins to be able to come back and get in the points fray. He has done just that. And there's still a long way to go in the season. When we come back, Army's predictions on how the rest of the season will go for the TNT Monster Truck Challenge here on Tough Track.